this is Michael, and this is Ask the Alterna-Rebbe. So we've got a question today from Chelsea, and Chelsea says, I am curious about how Judaism feels about piercings, like nose, belly, eyebrow, and so on. What do you think or know? Well, Chelsea, I've done some research for you, and the Alterna-Rebbe has an answer. There's nothing specifically in the Torah that forbids piercing. There's the mention of ear piercing for a slave who was freed in the Jubilee year, the 7th year. And if they chose to not accept their freedom and to stay a slave for some reason, I don't know why, they would have their ear placed on the doorpost and it would be pierced as a mark to show that they are not accepting their freedom and staying a slave. So that could be seen as a person who would have accepted man as their master instead of God. Now this is thousands of years ago and we don't do that anymore. According to the Talmud, there are a multiple of opinions, of course, like everything in the Talmud. On the one hand, rabbis in the Talmud say you cannot do anything that causes intentional injury to your body. On the other hand, the rabbis say, well, if it's an intentional injury that is for beautification, that's okay. So I could stand here and quote Talmud to you and say, Rabbi so-and-so says this, Rabbi so-and-so says that. I'm not going to do that. What I want to tell you is, generally now it's acceptable to pierce your ears. Other piercings, it really depends. What it comes down to is basically a health thing. You know, if you get a belly button piercing and you show it off, or get a piercing to show it off, that could be considered immodest, and that goes against, you know, Judaism. There's a health issue that you could get sick from, such as tongue piercings could give you blood poisoning. There's the issue of going to the mikveh. You have to take out everything, all the piercings. If you go to the mikveh, you're not allowed to have foreign objects in your body. So that would be difficult, especially if you paid money to get a piercing, and then you have to go and you take it out, and if it heals, so it's not worth it. But I guess the point is, essentially anything that could endanger your health is not really permitted in Judaism. The point here is to take the information that we have, that I've presented, and try to make the best decision you can, because the fact is, one rabbi says this, one rabbi says that. Generally it's accepted now, but you want to make the best decision for you, because on the one hand, you could not get a piercing because the rabbi said so. On the other hand, you could get a piercing and look like a badass. So it's a tough decision, but I hope this information helps. If you've got a question for me, Michael the Alterna-Rebbe, send an email to alterna-rebbe@punctor.org. Take it easy.